These Ukrainian soldiers have become true experts in drone warfare. They're training in Britain and sharing their combat expertise.
We tell them about our experience on the battlefield.
4 years of war have turned the Ukrainian soldiers into coveted experts.
We came into it with humility and we learned a huge amount very, very quickly.
Training in England. The exact location is secret, as are the names of the Ukrainians receiving training here from Britain and 13 partner nations. In return, the Ukrainians give first-hand reports on the situation at the front.
Our partners have some knowledge of drones, but they have not encountered them in action. They don't fully understand how drones affect the battlefield, or how intense their impact is.
In civilian life, Artem was a project manager and an avid long-distance runner. Now, like the other soldiers from Ukraine, he's a drone specialist. He has first-hand experience on how drone use has changed warfare. Knowledge that instructors in England are eagerly absorbing. Artem is learning from an Australian soldier how to better lead small combat units. He's been fighting at the front since the invasion began.
I'm learning how to command my team, give and receive orders, how to properly assess the situation and lead in critical moments.
Drone technology is now crucial to war. By its own accounts, Ukraine produced an estimated 4 million drones last year alone, becoming masters of the craft. For the British, this expertise is priceless. The Irish Guards, one of the British Army's elite units, spent an entire year working alongside Ukrainian soldiers.
The battlefield and the battlefront in Ukraine is the only place in the world where there's the sheer density of drones in the air. And we couldn't replicate that, even if we had an unlimited budget. The next best thing to replicating it is to learn from the people who've been there. What I wasn't expecting was the degree to which it would be an exchange, and that we would benefit hugely from the experience.
All the regiment's soldiers are now being trained as drone specialists, following the Ukrainian model. They have also recently begun experimenting with a 3D printer, which will be used on the front lines in the future. Technology is advancing rapidly, so the soldiers have to continually adapt the drones and modify them as needed.
Initially, we hadn't necessarily thought that we would be building entire drones. We had imagined using the 3D printers for replacing particular components of broken drones. Actually, we've now gone beyond that, and we're not just doing individual components, we're actually able to do component parts of new drones and potentially build them from scratch. So it's quite an exciting change.
Operating drones is still a training exercise for British soldiers, but for the Ukrainians, it's a bitter reality. After 5 weeks of training and knowledge exchange, Artem is returning to the front. He's armed with new knowledge on how to lead his troops even better. A touch more professionalism and extra motivation.
I used to run ultra-marathons. I know how hard it can be near the end, when it feels like you have no strength left. You feel like you can't go any further. But that is exactly the moment when you have to keep moving forward towards the finish line.
More than 62,000 Ukrainian soldiers have been trained in Britain over the last 4 years. In this give and take, the British and their partners are reaping increasing benefits from the Ukrainians' frontline experience.